y'all, welcome to the Fillin Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we have had a great decline, or big decline this morning in the market. Starting with AMD, we closed at 247.96. Where are the trouble places? As of now, it looks like we found support. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for us. I need to go back and clear those lines out. But as of now, it looks like we found support here around this 239.17. But as you can see, we came down to this 238.28. Interesting, right? Something stopped us in that area. I like to mark those areas. So I'm going to go back and mark that. Why? Because something held us up here. So back to the upside, we will need to get back above the 239.79. Should we break that level, 240.20, breaking that is 240.87. Y'all see it's right where our 5 EMA is as of now on this 30-minute chart, breaking that. The next level, 241.17. Should we break that, 241.90, and back to the upside, continuing 242.51. Should we break that? Again, something stopped us or held us in this area here around the 243.08 area, breaking that. Possibly 243.91, breaking that 243.91, 244.92. Those are possible areas of resistance back to the upside. Now, can we continue declining? We very well can. I said often, why? Because in this market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So breaking under this 239.17, 238.72, and breaking that back at the 238.28. Should we break that, 237.75? And breaking that, the next level, 237.46. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area here. However, breaking that for AMD, 235.62. Breaking that 235.62, 234.81, 234.04, and again here at 233.48. Should we break that 233.48 area, the next level is down here at 231.93. Keep in mind, again, we could get stopped out in this area here. So I say today, trade carefully. Why? In the market, anything is possible. And just because we have declined a lot pre-market does not mean we cannot continue declining. I need to say that, right? So again, not financial advice. We are now looking at Meta. We close at 609.89, pre-market low of 596. So we have declined, creating a gap back to the upside. Not saying that's going to get filled today. As of now, I had support around 597.59, and as you can see, there was another layer here at 596.85, but we made a low of 596.10. So where are the trouble places? As of now for Meta, something is holding us here at that 598.91. Here, if we should break that, 599.71, 601.57. Again, here at 603.41, there's a few layers there up to the 604.34. Breaking that, we can say possibly around the area of 607.48. Again, we could very well get stopped out somewhere around this level of 605.86. And the reason why I'm marking that is you can see the body here, and we've tested this area, so that 605.86 area could be a rejection area for us before getting to that 607.49. Again, anything is possible. However, breaking that, we see the 50 EMA, a level that we have marked, and the ATR trailing stop, 608.37. We could very well, looks like a strong area of resistance here for Meta. Breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again around the 610.37. Should we break the 610.37, we can look somewhere around the 611.96. And I'm just going to go to where the body of the candle is here. That was this candle here. Something in the bottom of this candle here. So something has held us at this 611 area. 611.90. So breaking that for Meta today, we could possibly have trouble again at 614.55. And y'all see the 200 EMA is right there at 617.16, and I have 617.71, not very far away. So those are possible areas of resistance for Meta today. Again, not financial advice. So let's go and see if we can look to the downside. Again, I say it because we've declined pre-market does not mean we cannot continue declining, right? So breaking under the 598.91 for Meta today, 597.59, 596.85. Should we break that, the next level is here around the 596.16, breaking that 594.67, 592.98, 591.98, 590.81, 590.21, 589.08, and here at 587.91. Those are possible areas of support and resistance for Meta. Again, not financial advice. It should be an interesting trading day today. I say it often, y'all, market levels. Once it goes against your reason for getting in the trade, get out so that we can live to trade another day. So we are looking at NVDA, and it too, we closed at 186.86. We are down pre-market. We have a pre-market low of 180.40, but as you can see, it seems like we're kind of finding support near that 180.78 area that I have marked here. Back to the upside, it looks like we're having trouble around that 181.28. So that, it's the little zone that we're trading in now. So where the trouble places back to the upside, we need to get back above, that 181.53. Something stopped us here at the high of this candle, 181.73, which is kind of close to our 5 EMA, but look, there's a few layers of resistance here. So if we break that 181.73, possibly still have trouble 181.99, 182.14, 182.28, 182.56, 182.71, 182.93. These are possible areas we could possibly have rejection or have trouble, right? So 183.30, breaking that 183.44, not far away. However, breaking that 183.74, and should we break that, it brings us back to 183.92, which is this area here that we were in. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are possible areas of resistance. Now back to the downside. Again, that doesn't mean we cannot continue declining. Under 180.78, we could very well come back to, let's say, the 180.65. Breaking that brings us back to around the 180.31, 180.12, 179.93, 179.74, 179.51, 179.35, 179.16. Those are possible areas. I'm going to see if I can do this without. Those are possible. I do it all the time. Those are possible areas of, resist support for NVIDIA today. Again, not financial advice. I need to remove that. So if we, break under this 179.35 area, 179, let's say 51, we came back down to here, 179.16. That's where we were. Should we break that, the next level, 178.86. So that could be a possible area of support, 179.86. And if we should break that, 178.58, and breaking that 178.25. So those are possible areas of support and resistance for NVIDIA, excuse me. And keep in mind, y'all, I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale. Why? Because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are. And this is a great example of that. This is the SPY. We closed at 672.04. Y'all see, we came down to an area I knew we could possibly have trouble here, only to come back down. Look where price is stopping, right at the area that I kind of knew we could possibly have trouble. So where are the trouble places for the SPY today? Back to the upside, we would need to get back above 665.76. There's a few layers there. 666.30, 666.71, 666.96, 667.29, 667.68, 667.97, 668.58, 669.01, and breaking that brings us back to 669.45, which is this area here, and where our 20 EMA is as of right now if you're using the moving averages. So breaking that 669.45, 669.85, again here at 670.35, breaking that 671.23, 671.48, and 671.86. Those are possible areas of resistance for the SPY. Now let's look to the downside. Say we break under this level here of 664.89. We could very well come back to 664.55, 664.12. Again here at 663.90 and breaking that 663.41. Should we break that 662.77, 662.40, and should we break that 662.03, breaking that 661.75 and back down here at 661.38. Those are possible areas of support for the SPY today. I said often, y'all, in this market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed, right? So we are looking at Tesla, and I say it often, y'all, Tesla does what Tesla does, right? We closed at 401.99. We've had a pre-market low of 381.07. Y'all see it, it's right. I'm going to see if I can make that a little bit bigger so I can see we are really close to an area we kind of knew we could possibly have trouble, right? We bounced off that 381.68. We came down to the 381.07. Where are the trouble places? Something has us here for Tesla in this area here. So that 383.39 could be our support area. Resistance as of right now, 384.91, or we can use that 5 EMA here. We just got rejected at 385.69. Where are the trouble places? Continuing to the upside, breaking back above this 5 EMA, 385.73, possibly 386.99. 387.75. Y'all see it here, breaking that level, 389.01. 389.67, 390.42. We can use that 20 EMA. Y'all see it's right at a level that I would have here. This candle and this candle tells us that we possibly had trouble there. 391.34, breaking that level for Tesla today. 392.73, 394.18, and breaking that level for Tesla somewhere around this level here. The ATR trailing stop is around that 396.31. So we need to get back a break. This could be a strong area of resistance for Tesla, that 396.66, 397.16, 396.31. That could be a strong area of resistance. However, breaking that 398.85 could be a rejection area for us. Now back to the downside, considering we're going to have a gap to the upside that need to be filled today. Again, that a gap that need to be filled, not saying that it's going to happen today. Let me rephrase that again, not financial advice. Back to the downside, breaking under 383.39. We could possibly find support, 381.68. Again, here at 380.55. 379.19. Breaking at 379.19 would be interesting because I got this from the daily chart. We could, very well come back down to the next level I have is 374.36, but keep in mind we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area here. So if you're trading Tesla today, just know that under that 379.19, the next level I have is around at 374.36. Again, we can get stopped out there, breaking that 374.36. There's a few layers, 373.04 down to 372.62, breaking that for Tesla, 371.61, 370.42, which kind of looks like we had a gap from 911, 912 that needs to be filled down to the 368.99. That is a gap down in this area for Tesla. Again, not financial advice. However, breaking that 368.99 next level down here around 366.84, seeing Tesla at 366.84. Yes, breaking that, possibly 365 could be a support area for us. So keep in mind, if we break that 378.19, we could very well make our way back down to this 370 area to fill this gap. Even though we are down a good portion pre-market, does not mean we cannot continue declining. So let's say that, right? So again, this is what I see when I look at the market. I say it often, y'all, there's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. If you could, please, again, like, share, subscribe. Y'all, we learn and we grow together. Until next time, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.